Perhaps for more, let's cross to our reporter Canny Maphanga for the latest developments on the story. Canny, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. We've seen a lot happening, or a lot less happening rather, since this morning. Walk us through what's happening on your end.
Good afternoon to you, Liesl, and the viewers at home. It's been quite a long day at the Indaba Hotel and Conference Centre, but it does appear that the regional conference is now set to get underway. Remember, I updated earlier that there was a meeting held by the Steering Committee over the issues of the branches that were alleging that they had been excluded from this regional conference. But I do have Ms. Mhlakaza-Manamela, who's from the Steering Committee, that's going to give us a short update as to how we are moving forward and what you've resolved in this meeting. Thank you so much for joining us. As you know, some of these disputes, there's been a number of disputes ahead of this conference. Are you ready to proceed?
Good afternoon, Kenny and the viewers at home. Yes, we are ready to resume conference after many hurdles the past 2 days, and of course with the queries and disputes that have been lurking around. So we got to a point where the Steering Committee, we agreed that conference must be opened, and in dealing with the disputes that have been there, because they impede on registration, yes, bearing in mind that those that have registered already. So for those that have registered, we thought let's have conference starting, but with items that will not have a bearing on credentials, or rather the other way around. So when we deal with credentials, everybody who needs to be in conference and registered and rightfully supposed to be in the plenary, they will be in plenary. So as we proceed, dribs and drabs, we are trying to get to finality. We are anticipating that at least by 5 o'clock we shall have closed at least a registration. Now, further we resolved as a committee that we will interact with those branches. Some have queries, some have disputes. Queries can mean the resolution that you took, I don't think it's satisfactory. I've got counterfacts from what you have. So we have to deal with that and attend to those 8 branches that are not satisfied. Reports are there, they were interacted with, but of course we can't dismiss those because they rightfully have to be in Congress, just as members of the ANC, if anything. So then they are here, they can't be dismissed. So national headquarters, or rather national organizing team is here, because what we receive is a product of what comes from head office. So they are here, they will further clarify. So we will be addressing those matters with those 8 branches, with the head office. At least they've got authority on how they processed those disputes, queries, and to arrive at where they arrived. So that those who feel that they were unfairly disqualified, but at least they know they were disqualified. Of course, those who are qualified, goes without saying, they are in conference as we speak. But anybody as well who is a voting delegate as per the register, we've opened up for that, because it would be a bit clumsy, notwithstanding the 2 days that has gone past. But it will be good to have a flowing conference, having at least done some work to get closer to finalizing the disputes.
Okay, now that these disputes are still in the air, do you have any concerns about any future action against this sitting?
I'm hoping that we will not get action that will compromise or put us in a bad place or in bad light as the ANC. But it will be further engagements, because even if you resolve for the event, it means there's some issues or challenges that must be resolved, so that moving forward, even if it's not for conference, at least ANC stays or continues to be in a healthy state. Even if we resolve for today, really, we must see an ANC that grows, and its members really are happy to be in the ANC. So matters of concern was that the glitches or the problems, they just delayed the conference. But otherwise, likely not to satisfy everybody, but at least everybody must leave here knowing that they've been attended to. They were not dismissed or ignored and all that, yeah.
All right, thank you. We've run out of time, but it appears that this conference is going ahead. Ms. Mhlakaza-Manamela giving us an update there from the Steering Committee. It appears that some of these issues are still in the air, but they will be dealt with. The conference is going ahead, and it appears that the Steering Committee doesn't have any concerns about whether this conference will be questioned ahead of time, or whether they may be facing any court action as a part of this decision to continue with the conference. Over to you in studio, Liesl.
All right, thank you very much, Canny, for that update. Again, Canny Maphanga bringing bringing us the latest from outside the ANC Ekurhuleni Regional Conference, which after some delays, is finally kicking off. It's taking place at the Indaba Hotel in Fourways North of Johannesburg. Again, we'll continue to bring you updates as that unfolds throughout this tonight and, of course, the weekend.